Uh, a very good afternoon to one and all present here today. I, Dr. Nidhi Ahuja, on behalf of Geeta Ratan International Business School, welcome you all for the Personality Development Workshop on Effective Communication Skill and Goal Setting. Geeta Ratan International Business School was established in the year 2004. Gibbs is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Delhi, and is approved by All India Council for Technical Education, Ministry of HRD, Government of India, for its management courses and Bar Council of India for its law courses. The institute conducts programs of MBA 2 shifts, MBA International Business, BBA first and second shift, BBA LLB, and BA LLB. The institute is accredited as A grade by NAC and assessed as category A plus by Joint Assessment Committee of Government of Delhi and Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. The institute has been rated grade A by Academic Audit Cell of GGSIP University consecutively for past 8 years. Gibbs has also been rated number 2 by Times Beef School Survey 2018, 2019 and 2021. At Gibbs, thrust is given on overall personality development of the students so that they can be prepared to face the challenges that they may encounter in their competitive professional life with value-based approach. Apart from providing quality education, emphasis is also given to develop leadership qualities, risk-taking abilities, and decision-making skills right from the beginning of a student's professional education. Going by this agenda, the Institute conducts personality development workshops on regular basis. This workshop on effective communication skills and goal setting is a sequel to the aforementioned objective. Effective communication skills are significant for the development of an organization. It necessitates not only conveying information accurately but also acquiring it. Being an MBA student, effective communication is essential to perform various functions in an organization, such as planning, organizing, and decision making. Communication skills, whether written or verbal, form the foundation of any business activity. Hence, effective communication is considered as a building block of an organization. Moreover, being an effective communicator, they must be able to inform their team adequately of their responsibilities and what is expected from them. Good communication skills also help them to provide productive feedback to their staff, build strong relationships, and recognize personal and professional goals. Therefore, they must know the art of communication. There is a saying by Jim Rohn that effective communication is 20% what you know and 80% how you feel about what you know. Thus, effective communication is the key to achieve long-term success. Moreover, setting goals also help an MBA student to achieve long-term success. It facilitates them to understand how to organize their time and resources and make them aware of the learning that they are expected to experience. This also encourages them to develop critical thinking skills and a good understanding of how to overcome issues. Setting goals benefits them in enhancing their focus, productivity, and motivation. Setting goals that are specific and measurable shall transform their habits, mindset, confidence, and daily actions. Hence, the real key to goal setting is to ensure that we set right goals and also in the right direction. And to address these issues, we have a very eminent personality with us, Mr. Ganesh Khanna. Sir, I welcome you. Sir is a postgraduate in HR and senior trainer with more than 10 years of experience in learning and development domain with strong aspiration to coach students and corporate professionals. He has worked as a senior manager in popular brand of telecom sector like MTNL. He is currently working as a senior trainer in SRM University, being adept at determining training needs, identifying training gaps, and conducting programs to enhance skill set of students and making them industry ready. So it is our privilege to have you here. Now, without taking much of your time, may I now request our speaker, Mr. Ganesh Khanna, to kindly enlighten our students with his vast knowledge. So, over to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nidhi. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, students, very good afternoon to all of you. To start with, very good afternoon, very good afternoon. Thank you. To start with, first of all, I'm very thankful to the management of Geeta Ratan International Business School. My special thanks to Dr. Abhinav Gupta, who was earlier here in this SRM University. And my special thanks to Dr. Nidhi also, who has spoken so many good words about me. Let me first of all tell all the students that what they can assume that I am just a kind of a vehicle who is ahead of them, nothing more than that. You can always overtake me. Okay. So I will first of all say that today we are going to discuss not one, rather two topics. Now, as a soft skill trainer, I know that the communication skill is one of the most important topic in your life. One of the most important. How many of you want to improve communication? Please tell me, yes or no? Do you want to improve? Do you want to improve? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you very much. How many of you feel hesitant while speaking? I have seen many students speaking nervous, hesitant while they are appearing for even the viva or the interview. Do you feel nervousness? Yes or no? Be true.
Sometimes, sir.
Yes, sir, sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Also, that
sometimes.
depends on the questions.
That depends upon the question. Rather, you see, nervousness is a normal thing. When you are going to start something, even Sachin Tendulkar is going to play the match in spite of the fact that he has so many centuries in his name. Still, when he will be going for batting, he will be nervous. And sometimes he gets out on zero. That happens with everyone. But with practice, you can overcome many of the things. So let me start with the first topic, which is effective communication skills. I would like to start in a non-traditional method. I will be involving all of you in certain activities. So I requested Dr. Abhinav to tell all of you that you should have a pen and pencil and a notebook or a paper. Are you having with you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There are one or two requests from my side. Number one, be honest. Whenever I am asking a question, please don't use Google. Don't try to use Google. Number two is if you all will be present on camera, that will be wonderful. Then only you will be able to enjoy today's session. My request is kindly open your camera. At least it should look like a kind of an offline class. You will enjoy. This is a normal practice. I am giving to all of the students in my university also that please open your camera so that we can talk face to face. Now, if your camera is off, we cannot talk face to face. You will be simply listening to me. Today in communication class, I am going to tell you so many things about face-to-face communication. If your camera is off, then the confidence level will not be so high. Shreyashi, you want to say something? Your mic is off. You want to say something? Your lips were moving.
No.
Okay, you must be talking someone in the family. Oh, while you will be on camera, I will try to see your body language too. Okay, this is part of our today's effective communication skill. So let us start a very simple activity. Let me share some of the slides with you. Okay, is slide visible to you? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like in the first slide, you can know about the today's topic, about myself and my designation as on today, and my earlier I was working as a senior manager like Dr. Nidhi has already told. So I have in total 32 years of experience. I'm still young. So raring to go, raring to learn more in my life. Okay, the first thing is like you get a sentence in this form. Now decode this sentence. Now, suppose you get a sentence on your WhatsApp message like this. Okay, you read this message. Someone has incorrectly sent the message without the use of comma, full stop, etc. But you have to decode. You have to find some meaning out of that. If any of you can find a meaning, please tell me. What is the meaning of this line? Any of you? Is it visible to you?
So this line tells a woman without her man is nothing.
Some noise is coming. I think you are using both your mobile as well as laptop, I think.
Yes, sir. I guess now it is okay.
Okay, first tell your name, please.
The Priyasi.
Okay, Priyasi. What is the meaning of this line?
Sir, it's tell that a woman without her man is nothing. It's like, it sounds like a woman independently can't do anything like this way.
Anyone else? Anyone else would
Sir,
like
my
to tell?
name is Janvi. Sir, it means that for everything in her life, she needs a person or a husband or a brother in her life.
Okay. Anyone else? Some boy? Any of the boy would like? Yes, yes.
But it is also telling that man is nothing without her woman.
Okay. So I think now you have just told something what opposite to what the other of your classmates were telling.
So it's just a game of comma.
It's a game. No, I don't say you put any comma or something. Only thing is, suppose you get this sentence. First of all, you read this sentence on your WhatsApp message. So what the meaning you will take out of that? What the meaning you are going to take out of that? Any of the boy present in the class? Anyone can give the answer who is attending this class. I don't mind any. Yes.
It seems like that this message is saying that a woman can't do anything without the help of a man.
Now 3 people are saying like the woman is dependent totally upon men, like this sentence is saying. But one person was saying, one student was saying, no, it is other way out, that man is nothing without woman. Now, what the actual meaning of this sentence is? What do you take? Which side would you like to go? And you keep it with you. All of you keep it. Now you see, someone is saying that man is nothing without a woman. Okay. And most of you are saying woman is nothing without a man. Now the sentence is a single one. This is a single sentence. Now you are getting multiple meanings out of that. And this is happening in communication. This is happening in communication every day. You are reading so many things in your life. When you see some news, recently Akhilesh Yadav has said something about Prime Minister when he was in Varanasi. He said something. Anyone remembers? You are a business student. You must be reading news.
Sir, can I say?
What? Please speak.
Sir, he told that in the end of the life, the people stay in Banaras only, so Prime Minister also should stay there.
Very good, very good. It means you are reading newspaper on a regular basis. Now, this sentence has created a kind of uproar or a kind of problem in its meaning. Now, later on, when there was a controversy on this sentence, then he clarified that I will wish a very good life for the Prime Minister. My meaning was about a political journey, about a political journey. So you see, now you are clarifying once the things have gone out of your control. This is going to happen in your life. You are going to be a business manager. Some of you are going to do certain business. If you are not getting the correct meaning, or if you are not sending a correct sentence, then the other person may not be able to get the correct meaning. Okay, let us do one more exercise, then I will be explaining what should be done or what is the exact meaning. This is the another picture, very famous picture. Now I request all of you to glance this picture and tell me what you see in this picture. What do you see in this picture? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Boy. Sir, it's a girl who is who is trying to looking behind.
Okay. Earlier someone was saying a boy. Now you are saying a girl. Anyone else? What other things? You can see so many things out of this picture. Take your time. We are not in a hurry. We are not in a hurry.
Sir, a girl sleeping in a pillow.
A girl sleeping in a pillow. Anyone else? Please speak. First of all, you learn to speak. It will give you a lot of confidence to you.
Cap
Girl is wearing a cap.
and wearing a sweater kind of thing.
Yes, a sweater kind of a thing. Are you sure she's a girl?
Sir, actually the person is wearing cap, so I can't say like whether it is a boy or a girl.
Now you are using the word person. Earlier you were saying a girl. Yes. Yes, someone else was also trying to speak. Please speak. Come on. There are so many students. It should not be limited to a few students who have spoken in today's class. I would say that this is a workshop and all of you should participate in that. Then only you will enjoy.
Sir, there is mountain behind the girl.
There is a mountain behind the girl. Now we got another thing. Mountain. There is a mountain. Yes. Please see, there are more things in it that. Not audible. Please speak. Not audible. Okay. Please speak. Any other idea? There may be some more things in that. Are you able to see? Or it's not visible now?
Sir, it is visible.
So visible.
It's visible. Okay. It is often said that the perception power of women is very good. No? Far better than boys or gents. So they can.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is a very important phenomena in psychology or in communication, that women's perception is far better than a man. And if some boy or some elder person is having a very good perception, then even then we give the credit to the woman and we say that boy has a womanish perception. Still the credit goes to. So you should be able to see what you see in this particular picture. Please speak your mind if you are able to see something. So far we have seen comments like boy, a girl, a mountain, a girl wearing the cap. These things we have come to know. There is a very important figure in this picture. Are you not able to catch that? Please try to do that. You see, what I am telling you in today's workshop, I have conducted so many workshops in the corporate sector. And I'm telling you these things you will also see when you will be working as a manager in some company. At that moment, you will be able to reply. So because of your learning today, if you learn properly today. Anyone, please speak your heart out. What you able to see? Okay. Sir? Yes, yes.
Sir, I think that a person is inside the blanket and face is upside.
Face is upside. But your face is not coming properly. I don't know what's your name. I can see the cap or hat. Yes? Okay.
Sahil.
Sahil. Okay. When you sit on the camera, you should try to sit in a manner that your picture is going perfectly. Some of you must be using your mobile phones, I agree. But when you are using a laptop, make sure the background is also coming in a very perfect manner. This is, you can learn as a digital communication. We can learn. This is a time when we are communicating digitally. So you are saying a person with face upside. That's what, Sahil, you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Final comments from any of you? Then I will be decoding both the things. That is the first one, a line which anyone want to speak about the first line also can tell me if you get some other meaning. Okay, let me continue. First of all, we come to the first line. A woman without her man is nothing. Actually, that line has both the meanings. Most of you have taken the first meaning that a woman is nothing without man because of our, you can say, upbringing or because of the attitude we have developed over the years, which is incorrect. Man is also dependent upon woman. Do you agree with me? A man is also nothing without a woman. But over the years, you have developed an attitude that a woman is nothing without man. That is why you immediately took that meaning, which was not the correct. The intention could have been that the person who is sending that message, that he may have sent with that intention that a man is nothing without a woman. Whereas you took the meaning as a woman is nothing without a man. So is it a correct communication or miscommunication?
Miscommunication.
It's a miscommunication. It's not effective communication. So there should be something should be done to make it effective. What that should be, I will be telling soon. But I think now you will agree to me that this has both the meanings. That a man is also dependent upon woman and a woman is also dependent upon man. And this is also true. We both of us are interdependent, a man and a woman. But the question is, with what intention that has been sent? So I will clarify that too. I will clarify how to get the correct meanings, what the other person wants to say. Let us come to the second picture. In the second picture, the picture is one. The picture is how many pictures? One picture. Whereas you have tried to find different things out of that. You have tried to find different things like you are saying a girl, a boy, or a mountain, a person, and with face upside. Actually, that picture, this is a very famous picture. You can see in Google also, and you can see the explanation of that person also who has created this picture. It consists of two things. The first one is a girl or a person, I would say better word. You don't know whether she's a girl or he's a boy. You don't know. So you can say a person, a young person. But there is an old lady also in that picture. How you miss that old lady? Please see that picture again very carefully. There is a very, very old lady in that picture. If you concentrate now to the lower portion of that photograph, you will see a grandmother type of a lady. Very old. You can take some time to see that very old lady. If any of you is able to see me, that old lady, please tell me that I am able to see that old lady. If you will say, yes, I have seen, I will admit you have seen. I will agree that you have seen. Any of you, so many students are present, teachers are also present. So if you are able to see the old lady in that, many in the corporate I've shown that picture and some of them are able to find the old lady. Now, are you comfortable in both the languages, both Hindi and English?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, you can
Sir,
ask.
if we rotate our phone, then we will see that old lady.
Okay, at least you are saying that you are able to see the old lady.
Yes, sir.
Not necessarily
Yes,
by rotation. In my many corporate lectures, I've seen that a majority of the people are able to see that young girl or a young person. Only a few of them are able to see the old lady, but a few are able to see. Now the question arises, when there are both the things, sometimes we are not able to see that. The same is with the communication. Sometimes the communication is very complicated that we are not able to find the meaning. And it sometimes happens, you are reading a novel and the person has used very difficult letters. And you start losing interest and you have to keep your dictionary with you. Does it happen with any of you? Or you may be reading certain books which are very easy. The readability index of those books are very easy. That is why you are enjoying those books. Otherwise, there is and I would say there are so many questions in life we don't have the answers. जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसा सफर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं, है ना? There are some questions we don't have the exact answer. So the multiple answers are also possible. Am I audible to you?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I will keep asking whenever I will not be able to see any of the person on camera. And if you find any trouble in listening to me, please tell me that you are not able to understand. Please tell me. Again, I am asking. Anytime if you find any difficulty in understanding me, what I want to say, because at the end of the seminar or workshop, I will ask certain question. What is the outcome of today's class? Your university is asking me to come here. Have you learned in today's class? The first thing we learn in today's class is that whenever the communication is not clear, then the people can have multiple meanings out of that. Or sometimes they may not be able to have any meaning out of that. Am I right? यही हुआ ना दोनों चीजों में, जो दोनों एक्टिविटीज हमने की, both the activities. The first activity we could find different meanings. The second activity we are able to see something but not able to see something which is not directly visible. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, I hope you are enjoying and you are going to learn so many things in today's class. I assure you. I assure you in today's next around 1 hour, you are going to learn so many things. Provided you are listening to me, you are an active listener. An active listener is the one who listens and also asks questions. Now, so how to resolve this riddle? So what should be done in communication so that whatever I want to tell to other person, the other person is also able to understand the same thing? Or if I am not able to understand something, what should I do? Okay, so let us first of all come to the communication model. Okay. Let us come to the communication model. And before that, what is the purpose of communication? I would like to ask. What is the purpose of communication? Any of you? What is the purpose of communication?
To share about the information, ideas to the another
Sharing
person.
your ideas.
To share thoughts.
Very good. To share our thoughts, our ideas to others. And for that, we use multiple means. Multiple means. So the communication can be of multiple types. Now, first of all, the communication can be verbal or it can be non-verbal. What is verbal communication? What is meant by
Spoken words or letters?
Sir, kind of a oral.
Anyone else? Anyone else? What is verbal communication?
Yes, sir. Oral communication.
No, that has already been spoken. That is why I'm asking again. If I'm asking again, that means it's incomplete. A verbal communication. Yes, yes.
Sir, it can be both oral and written. Verbal
yes. Now this is the correct answer. This is the correct answer. It can be both oral, that is spoken, as well as written. Written communication is also a part of verbal communication. Don't go literally verbal means speaking. No, no, no. Verbal means both the things. It is oral as well as written. The second part is non-verbal communication. What is that? Non-verbal communication?
They consist of ideas, symbols, and gestures.
Very good. It consists of something related to
Also,
what?
the body language also.
Yes, that gestures or facial expression, that is a part of body language. And there is a one term which is called kinesics, Kinesics, kinesics. That is the study of body language. So the non-verbal communication is equally important, or rather more important, I would say. So there are two major parts, verbal and non-verbal. So when I'm talking about the effective communication, I'm talking about both the verbal as well as the non-verbal communication. By means of verbal communication, how to improve my spoken English or the spoken communication, and how to improve my written communication. And when I say about the non-verbal communication, my body language signs should also be positive. There should be a spark in my eyes when I'm listening and when I'm speaking. My hand movement should be proper. My sitting stance should be proper. My clothes should be proper. My background should be proper. So many things. So many people have done multiple research. So I will come to that part of non-verbal communication and verbal communication a little. But before that, there is a very, very interesting thing. So whatever is the type of communication, and with whatever person you are communicating, there is very important thing we can do, and that is to improve our communication, to make it effective, is to understand communication model. There is one communication model. Okay, so that communication model consists of 6 elements, 3 basic elements and 3 more elements to make it effective. Basically, there are 3 elements, 3 plus 1 I would say, and 3 more elements to make it effective. So like you are saying, we convey information and we expect the other person gets the same meaning out of that, or the other person decodes it properly. Okay, let us discuss about the various elements of this communication model. First of all, okay, to have interpersonal communication, how many persons are required? At least.
So 2.
Very good.
So
at least, very good. At least 2 persons are required to have an interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication means a communication between 2 or more than 2 persons. The person who is speaking or communicating, or the source, is called sender. And the other person who is receiving is called receiver. Sender, receiver. These are the 2 basic elements. What other thing is required? Tell me. What other thing is required? Anything else required? Message. Message is required. Feedback is a very later part. That is a very later part. That is a part of effective communication. So basic, sender, receiver, and message. Of course, it will go on a media. Media is also required. For example, when I'm speaking, the media is internet. So I'm using an internet connection at my home. You are getting it somewhere else. You are sitting maybe in your houses, or maybe in the university, in your business school. I don't know where you are sitting. At least you are listening to me using the internet connection. So that is a media. We don't discuss too much about media, but media is also very important. If media is not good, then again there is a it's not an effective communication. If my internet connectivity is poor, you will not get my image, or you will not be getting my volume properly. So these things can happen. So when you are about to deliver a lecture online, make sure your internet connectivity is good. But sometimes things are not in your hand. So what we can do at our homes, we can have two connections. One is your normal Wi-Fi connection, and another is a data connection. So that if an emergency comes, especially when you will be giving interview, so at that moment you must have at least two connections. So if that is possible, you must make arrangement. So let us come back to sender, receiver, and message. Message is a kind of topic. Now the three other elements which will make it more effective. The first one is called decoding. What is meant by decoding? Decoding means to get the accurate meaning. So whatever the person is sending you, whatever the thing he is sending, you are able to get the accurate meaning. Everyone is not a good decoder. Can you understand what the other person is saying through the body language? Yes or no? Sometimes or sometimes not. What is the answer? The question is, can you read a person through body language completely?
No, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
No,
not
sir.
completely.
Not completely. Some of the things you can catch, like a person is laughing, he or she is weeping. Some of the things you can see. And some of the actions, he is in anger, she is in anger, you can check.
Yes, sir. About mood.
About some of the moods, but not every aspect. So we will also learn in today's class some of the basic science, not because the time is very limited, so it is not possible. Communication itself is a very big topic. We take full semester, rather 4 semesters to cover communication, which I am supposed to cover in a 1 hour. And of course, I have to discuss goal setting too. So that is why I will be giving you just a kind of, you can say, a trailer in today's class. I will be giving a kind of trailer. Am I audible to you, Dr. Nidhi? Am I audible to you? Okay, I hope there is no problem. So the way I could see some kind of astonishment on the part of Dr. Nidhi. That is why I'm asking a question. Am I able to understand? Am I able to? Are you able to understand me, or am I audible? My question, Priyasi. I am Priyasi, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you see, now what is decoding? Decoding is to get an accurate meaning of something. And what is other thing which is attached with the sender, and that is called encoding. There is another thing, encoding. Decoding is clear to you? Very simple. To find the accurate meaning of a communication. But what is encoding? I'm asking this question from the students. What is encoding? Any of you?
Send the accurate message to the receiver.
No, you from your side, how you will be sending the accurate man? Okay, let me make things easier for you. How we start the communication? What is the starting element of communication for any communication?
Sender is the starting point of the communication.
How the sender starts the communication?
To some media.
Yeah, my question is, how a sender starts the communication?
By greeting.
By greeting.
Greeting.
No, greeting is not the starting point. There is something more to the starting point.
Sir, coding the message.
How my question is, how a sender starts the communication, how he encodes. What is the starting point? That is the question. Any communication, I'm not asking a specific communication. Like you are responding, what is happening, what you are doing. So my question, I want to explain to you encoding process. If you are able to understand, then the chances are you will not make any mistake in communication. Anyone can answer how we start the communication or how you start the communication. Very simple question, not a rocket science in that.
The conversation with the person.
The conversation with the person. How this is started? That is my question.
By introducing ourselves.
Even the greeting or introduction, something happens. What is that? What is that?
Approaching.
The decoding, getting
Approaching
accurate
for
meaning.
Decoding is a something different thing that we try to find a meaning out of something, accurate meaning. I'm saying बहुत सिंपल सी बात पूछ रहा हूँ, हिंदी में पूछ लेता हूँ, आप कोई भी कम्युनिकेशन कैसे शुरू करते हैं? That is my question. सबसे पहला काम क्या होता है? नहीं, अप्रोच से पहले भी कुछ करते हैं. जब अप्रोच हो गई तो हाउ यू स्टार्ट कम्युनिकेशन? बेसिक थिंग.
Planning the message.
What is that?
So planning the message.
Exactly. That is the answer. Intentionally, I have not given the answer because I want this answer from the students. You plan means you think. Any communication start with the thought process. First, I think, then I speak. Even I want to greet you, want to say hello to Dr. Nidhi. I will first have an idea in my mind. I should greet Dr. Nidhi. I should greet Dr. Abhinav. I should say good words for them. So that comes in my mind. So starting point of any communication is thinking process, thought process. And from thoughts or from ideas, you convert them into some message. That message flows either in the form of some written words or some action. If this thing is not clear to you, please ask. What I have explained, a very important phenomenon in effective communication, that any communication starts from sender with thought process. Or sometimes you already have a set point of thinking, so you immediately start something. Even that set point has reached to a stage with a practice, with an attitude. That attitude has built over years. So my explanation is very simple, that the communication starts from the thought process. First we think, then we communicate. Do you agree with me, students? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We first think, we have ideas, and then we communicate them. How we communicate them? That can be verbal or that can be non-verbal. For example, suppose I come in this class without speaking a word, I say, so this has a meaning. I'm saying something to you, greeting you. So without saying, so I thought to use some greeting, so I did like that. Or I would say, very good afternoon to all of you. That is a spoken word. So first it was my ideas or my thinking process, thought got converted into some language or some action. This process of conversion of your ideas or thoughts into some kind of language or some kind of message, it may be verbal or it may be non-verbal, is called encoding. So encoding is always in your hands. That is what I want to say. Before you do something or before you speak something, you have a thinking process. If your thinking process is correct, chances are you are not going to make mistakes. Otherwise, if you are not thinking, giving a rational answer or giving a reactionary answer, the chances are you may commit certain mistakes. Am I right? Am I right, Dr. Nidhi?
Yes.
Okay. If any of you have any confusion, any doubt, you can ask. This is the most important concept in effective communication, from where the communication starts and from where it ends. It starts with an idea and it reaches to the other person in the form of some verbal or non-verbal message, and the other person tries to find the correct meaning. Now we come to both the activities we have done. A sentence was sent by someone without much thought. It was not a clear message. It was not a clear message. The full stop was not there. The comma was not there. This mistake we do. On WhatsApp, when we are sending messages, we are sending very fast, thinking that the other person will understand it easily. Later on, it creates conflicts. Sometimes, or sometimes the person takes the other meaning. So if there is any confusion, so what should we do? What should we do if there is any confusion? If we read a message and we are not convinced or we have a doubt, what should we do?
We
ask the sender.
Ask to the sender.
Very good. We should ask. This is called feedback. Asking is a kind of feedback. Who can do feedback? Sender or receiver?
Sir, receiver.
Receiver.
Both can do. Both can do. How both can do? As a teacher, you must have seen many teachers tell you something and repeat in the class. That is called tell again. This is called tell again. On the part of sender, feedback in the form of tell again. Ask if you have any confusion. For example, how I'm taking feedback, I'm asking some question as a sender. I'm asking the student, have you understood? Any doubt? So this is feedback from my side. And from your side, the feedback is when you are responding yourself or on my asking. Or some of you are asking questions. So that is a kind of feedback. This should be utilized. Feedback should be utilized in your life. In every professional or any business writing or spoken things, use feedback. If your boss, if your vice chancellor, if the owner of the company is asking you to do something, he is dictating, note down, and before leaving the seat, you ask him or her, is it correct? These are the points I have noticed. If you don't use this feedback, what will happen? I tell you, you come again with the work completed and the boss will say, what I said you, what you have done, my dear. Sometime this is going to happen. And if you want to avoid that, please use feedback because this is a beautiful tool. It will remove if any kind of misconception is there, misunderstanding is there. Suppose you said some words to your spouse and he has taken or she has taken it in some other sense, got annoyed. So on your part, you can clear that. This is not my intention, my dear. This is not my intention. I just wanted to convey that. Please, if you have taken it otherwise, I'm very sorry for that. So both can do that. The feedback can be done by both. So this is called a communication model and it is implemented in every kind of communication. If you are careful that before sending any message, I should be careful. I should not use any foul language, anything which hurt others. The chances are you will not speak. You see, in encoding, you get time. Ideas came to you and you delivered. In between, you have some time. You can be a responsive person, not reactionary. Reactionary means immediately you are, whatever idea came to your mind, you immediately delivered. Somebody said few bad words, you also said bad words. Conflict took place. The other thing is, you are a responsive person. You got some ideas or somebody has spoken something, you are silent. You think to react, but you are being a responsive person, you will stay. You will say, no, I will not reply. Or I will reply in my terms, not in his or her terms. If that person is in angry mode, not necessarily I should be in angry mode. Normally it happens. Normally, if some other person is in angry mood, you also come in an angry mood. But this is not a necessity that you should come in angry mood. You can remain in your calm and composed position. This is possible. Any question, any doubt till now? Any question, any doubt till now? Okay, from here, I have taken so many inferences out of this model. I ask a very simple question to all of you. Anyone can reply. The question is, why you get angry, sad, or why you get happy? What is the reason behind your happiness and what is the reason behind your sadness, your anger? What is the reason behind both? Please tell me, any of you.
Sir?
Please, yes.
Depends upon the information we get. If we get good news, we get happy, or the sad news, we get sad.
Anyone else? Yes, this is
Sir, can I
most. Yes, yes.
Sir, when a person gets satisfied, he becomes happy. And when he becomes dissatisfied, he tends to be sad.
Why a person gets satisfied and dissatisfied? What is the reason behind that?
Sir,
excuse me, sir. Wish fulfilling. Wish fulfilling because of.
So, very good. All of you are giving what you are actually doing, which is the incorrect way of doing things. If you have this kind of attitude that whenever the conditions will be favorable to you, you will be happy. And whenever the conditions will be unfavorable to you, you will be unhappy. So, my dear, I'm going to tell you can never achieve a permanent happiness. You can never achieve. Why? Because the condition will sometimes be favorable, sometimes will be unfavorable. Virat Kohli was captain few days back. Today he's not the captain. Someone else has become the captain. The same thing is going to happen with you. Today I'm here, tomorrow I may not be here. So should my happiness be dependent upon the condition? That is a question. The answer is, my dear, tune yourself to be happy in every situation, whether that is favorable or unfavorable. Even you are already tuned to be happy in favorable condition. You are, all of us are happy. But are we tuned to be happy in unfavorable conditions? Not. So let us start from today. So this is possible by that initial point of the encoding process, that is by our thinking. Let us think positive always. Even in unfavorable condition. Even in unfavorable condition, you always remain positive. If you always remain positive, you think positive, then the chances are you will start a positive communication, which will be more effective. So this you can do with practice. Is it possible to do with practice? Is it possible to do it with practice? Okay, I give you one example. If I ask you, any of you can be on camera, other than Dr. Nidhi, any of you, the student can be on camera. The question is, can you speak counting up to 10, both in Hindi and English, as fast as possible? Any of you? Only up to 10. Only up to 10. Please speak.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
नहीं ऐसे नहीं बेटा, तुमने एक बार हिंदी में बोला, एक बार इंग्लिश में बोला, ऐसे नहीं. Let me tell what my question was. Both in Hindi and English. It means one word will be in Hindi, one word will be in English. Like I speak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Full speed. Can you speak like that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
One is Hindi, one is English. धीरे धीरे बोलो. 1, 2, one is in Hindi, another is in English. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Any of you try to speak in it as slowly as possible. Initially, you start slowly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
ठीक है. Now, how can you increase your speed? With
practicing.
Yes, with practice you can do like I'm doing. So with practice also, like I said, that you tune yourself to be happy in unfavorable conditions. The conditions are not favorable to you. You lost your job, but still you can enjoy. You get another job. What is the problem? What is the problem? You will get another job. And that job was too annoying. The boss was always speaking wrong words. What is the worry? Try to find some better job. So you see, in every situation, you can find something to be happy. So that attitude you have to develop. That is what I want to say. So that is the encoding process. So because you see, this encoding process has a starting point of our thinking. So if we improve our thinking to be happy in every situation, not dependent upon the condition, a day will come when we will be less perturbed by the situations. है ना? तो बाहर की चीजें हमें ज्यादा प्रभावित नहीं करेंगी. Speaking in pure Hindi, है ना? The other things will not perturb you. So this is the communication model. I hope you have understood and you will start applying this from today onwards. This is my request. There are some more things in communication, like I was saying to you that there is a kind of verbal, non-verbal. There is intrapersonal communication. What is intrapersonal communication? Anyone? Intrapersonal. Intrapersonal is when you talk to yourself, when you reflect, when you talk to the divine, when you meditate. This is a kind of intrapersonal. This is also very important. To have an outer or interpersonal communication good, your intrapersonal communication should also be good. You should give some time to your meditation. How much? Equal to your age. If you are 20 years old, give 20 minutes per day, which is not too high a time. You can easily find that time. You spend too much of time in quadrant 4. That is neither important nor urgent. And we spend so much time. So we can give 20 minutes out of 24 hours per day easily to meditate or to talk to yourself. That is intrapersonal. What is going? What is my aim? What I want to become? These things you can do. Then is interpersonal, we have already discussed. Extrapersonal is sometimes we talk to the extra persons, like extra means which are not human beings. Sometimes we talk with our dog, with our cat, with our rabbit. We try to talk, whether they are understanding or not, at least they are responding. So that communication is also there. Let us come back to the non-verbal communication, which is very important. That is why I will discuss that. The non-verbal communication consists of two very important parameters. One is paralanguage, another is body language. So what is paralanguage? Any of you? Paralanguage, what is paralanguage? Paralanguage is your tone, in which tone you are speaking. This consists of four very important parameters. The rate at which you are speaking. It should not be neither too high nor too less. It should be ideally 125 to 150 words per minute. This can be our rate of speaking. So how we can calculate? You speak a paragraph in say 5 minutes, calculate the total number of words, divide by 5 minutes, and you can get the answer. How many words per minute you have spoken. Sometimes some people speak too slow. They take lot of time to speak. And sometimes some people speak so fast that you are not able to understand. This happens. This happens. We have seen some of the faculty members who are doing like that. So you should have a moderate speed of speaking, because if you are speaking too slow, the people will lose interest. And if you are speaking, if someone speaking very fast, sometimes that person may be nervous, uncomfortable, something like that. Or it sometimes depend upon the timings also. So I have increased my speed keeping in view of the time. So this has happened. The watch is in front of me. So ideally I wanted to finish it by 3:30. The communication wanted to start the goal setting. But one important point I would say in the kinesics or before that paralanguage, rate, pauses, you should not have too many pauses while you are speaking a sentence. After completing a sentence or 2-3 sentences, you can have a pause. Use of the word, you know, I mean, basically, in fact, is not good if you are using too many times. I have a student who speaks, you know, 10 times in 2 sentences. So that is not a good thing. So I tell the students, please improve that, remove that, you know. This spoils your hard work of your speech, the content you have prepared, the presentation you are going to give. And if you are speaking, multiple times in 2-3 sentences, that will spoil. Similarly, the volume. Volume should be moderate, neither too high nor too low. And the last one is the pitch. Pitch means how loud you can speak and how low you can speak. Every person cannot speak or sing in loud volume. This singer knows that. If any of you are a singer, you know sometimes it's very difficult to speak on a higher notes because we don't have the range. And for some, speaking on a lower range becomes very difficult. Lower notes become very difficult. Everyone cannot be Mukesh, and every person cannot be like some of the singer, like many of the singers who speak at a very high volume. So that range, pitch is not totally in your control. Of course, with practice, you can increase or decrease. Now we come to the body language, the last part. Albert Mehrabian has said that when we are communicating face to face, then there are 3 elements. First is the words, like I'm speaking. The second one is the paralanguage, which I just mentioned. And the third one is the body language, which has a 55% weightage in face-to-face communication. Now I can see Dr. Nidhi on camera. I'm not able to see other students who are off camera. So my question is, who is sender at this moment? Please tell me, who is the sender at this moment? Who is the sender? Any of you, please give the answer. Who is the sender?
The person who sent the message.
So who is sender in this at this moment? And who is the receiver?
Sir, you are the sender and we are the receiver.
Now, apart from me, Dr. Nidhi is also a sender because she is present on camera. So the body language means you are always communicating through your body, which is more formidable than your spoken words. That is why I requested when I started this workshop, be on camera, so that I am able to see all of you. I am able to see you as a sender. That was my intention. So body language has so many things. Keeping in view of the time, at least I can tell you 1 or 2 positive or negative sign. For example, don't use finger like that. This is a sign of threatening. Do it like that. So never use. You see people when they are fighting, they are using like that. Now you may say that someone pointing to something also use that. My answer would be, it is a probability statistics. 80% of the time, the things I will be telling you in body language will be correct. 80%. So that is a very high probability. So we can depend upon that communication. 20% that communication may or may not be correct or may have different meaning. So first of all, as a novice, you must see this sign. But as a confident or a master in body language, what you can see is you will notice the whole cluster, the other parts, the eyes, the other actions. So you give a result about a person by knowing all the things. This is called a cluster in body language. Similarly, sitting like this is not a good thing, especially in unicasting. Unicasting means 1:1 communication. So if a husband comes to home and wife says, listen to me, I want to tell something about my mother-in-law. Please listen to me. The husband is too tired, don't want to listen. He says, okay, we shall discuss this matter later on. First, give me a cup of tea. She says, no, first listen to me. The husband says, okay, tell. Now you tell. But the bodily, he is saying, I'm not going to listen to you, whatever you say. So this is the sign of non-approachability. Please avoid this sign when you are unicasting, especially, and even in broadcasting. If you are sitting in a class, please don't use this. If it has been researched and found that a person sitting like this will get less than the person sitting like in a proper stance. This has been researched, and this is the conclusion. So these two body signs are very negative. You can, while talking, you can show your palms. Showing of your palms is a positive sign. It's a sign of like you are approachable, you are truthful, and you are not hiding anything. So you can use this thing. So to be an effective communicator while you are sitting in a class or giving an interview, avoid this. Avoid this. This is even dangerous. This means I'm not approachable. I'm better than you. If a person is sitting like that, if you are putting your hands in your pockets, again, it's not a good sign. You are trying to show your authority or your position of relaxation, whereas you are giving the interview. You are talking to someone on a very important matter. Your clothes speak. Your clothes speak. Whenever you are going for an interview, please, that you should effectively communicate through your clothes also. Do not wear very dark clothes when you are going for an interview. Use any of the light shirt, white color, light blue, like that. You can have a black or dark blue color coat. Your shoes should be very important. Your hair should be properly combed. In that way, you can effectively communicate. And let me finish this topic at this moment, because it has so many things cannot be covered. If you have any question on this, you can ask. Any question, any of the students have any question, then we can have 20 minutes on goal setting.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, yes.
As our students have not enabled the videos, so what kind of communication you will tell us? How actually, they are communicating after asking them so many times?
Dr. Nidhi, this is the problem in many of the colleges, universities, wherever I have given the lectures. This is the problem. And in my classes here, I request students to be on camera. And you will be surprised to know, in many classes, all of the students, without my saying, I have told once, okay, this is the soft skill class. If you want to enjoy, if you want to learn, then you be on camera. So they open it. So when they open it, it becomes like an offline class. I'm telling you, that becomes like an offline class. But when they are not opening the camera, in spite of several requests, which is of their favor, then the communication is partial. You never know whether they are listening or not.
Yes.
You never know. So, but you are spending so much money or so many things for their education, and now it depends upon them how much they want to extract. And I would say to your question, I would quote or give an example. There was a doctor who was written outside his clinic that medicine from this particular shop, and it will be a paisa vasool. It will be a paisa vasool if you take medicine from here. And if you don't have a paisa vasool, or if there is no paisa vasool, then you can come back to me. I will give double. So few of the patients get cured and they are happy. Those who are not cured, they come to the doctor. Doctor, you have written it is a paisa vasool. So, but we are not cured. The doctor says paisa is still vasool, not necessarily by you. It is by me. I have earned when you have come here. I have earned when you have come here. There is no guarantee you will be benefited or not. It will depend the medicine I am giving to you, whether you are taking that or not.
Sure.
So, for example, I have given some of the tips to the student in that limited time. I don't know whether they have taken or noted down those things or not. If they have noted and going to implement those things like encoding process in their life, the chances are in today's class they can become or they can start a journey of happiness. Like I'm happy even at this age. I'm more younger than you. I'm telling you, 20-year student. I can defeat many of my younger boys in table tennis, badminton, and many other things apart from speaking. Thank you, Dr. Nidhi, for asking this question. Any student have any question? Okay, let me take few minutes on goal setting. I don't have sufficient time, and even I have curtailed communication, keeping in view of the time. But since this is the topic and should be covered, I will give 1 or 2 tips to the student for goal setting. First of all, okay, now 2 students I can see on camera. Priyashi, what is your goal? Have you set any goal?
Yes, sir.
Can you share that?
Sure, sir. Sir,
Whatever it is, please share if you want to.
Priyasi, you're not audible, bache.
She is trying to speak.
I think there is some problem in your maybe mic, or just check.
Or in the meantime, Shreyashi, you can tell if you have any goal.
to go a good company and
To
having
go
a good placement.
Good company, having a good
placement.
Good placement.
For now, this is the short-term goal.
Okay. Okay, without wasting time, first of all, whenever you are setting a goal, it should be a smart goal. It should be a smart goal, means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. For example, when you are mentioning a good company, it would be better if you specify 2-3 companies where you want to join. And what is meant by good placement? What is meant by good placement? That should be specific. I want a placement of around 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs. So that should be specific. And third is it attainable? Is it realistic? You should not have unrealistic goals. If you set a goal, okay, I want to start my career at a salary of 1 crore, which rarely happens. Some of you must be knowing that some of the students of IIT, he or she has got this kind of placement. This is very rare, very rare. But there is a probability that you can definitely get a package of 6, 8 or 10 lakhs. There is a probability, and 10 plus also some of the students are getting. So keep your goal in that sense. It should be realistic. It should be measurable. I want a salary. For example, when I was interviewed 2 years back in this university, I said this is my expectation. So almost that expectation was fulfilled. Then only I joined after retirement from the government of India. So that I specified them. And my another specific goal was I will be joining a university, not in the telecom industry, where I have already served 30 years. I got bored from that industry. So I thought, let me do something which is very useful to the students, to the younger generation. That was my aim. That is why I was passionate. So you can have similar goals. First of all, your goal should be specific. This is you shortlist 10 companies which you want to join. Keep the company you want to join at the top. Then 2-3 more companies you can have, at the most 10 companies. Not any good company. No, better you have some goal, then only it can be achieved. Then it's measurable, means you should have an aim that I will be expecting this much kind of salary. Realistic, is it possible? No, is it possible? It should be realistic. And time bound also. Time bound means I want to join it within a year, or if any of the goal you set, it should not be open-ended, it should be close-ended. I want to open a company within 2 years. I want to open a company. This is having no time. So what will happen? Parkinson rule will be there. You will expand it. You will wait and it will take a lot of time. So make it time bound. Within 2 years, I want to achieve a goal. The last thing in today's class I would like to say about the goal setting is that there is a person who is called Bob Proctor. And the Bob Proctor has said that we think in pictures. We think in pictures. So what he say about the goal setting is that visualize your goal. Visualize your goal. The visualization means dream your goal. So let me show a few pictures quickly to you. if this is visible to you. Is the slide visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you some of the pictures quickly. I have not told you some. This is the thing I'm going to tell you, that is, goal should be smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Now, this is the man I'm talking about, Bob Proctor. Would you like this kind of dream house? Any of you? Is it visible? Dream house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So,
Yes,
or
sir.
would you like this car? Would you like this car? If you want, if some of you like this car, then feel it, ride it, drive it virtually, not actually you will get later on. Smell it, and a stage will come, you will have it. Some of you would like this dream destination, those who like to venture here and there, you know? Those who like to go to some journeys. This can be a very good destination. Or would you like to have your dinner at this place? Would you like to have a dinner? Yes or no? Some of you?
Yes, sir.
With whom? With whom?
So with my partner.
With my partner. Why not with your mother or father? You can take your parents. Some of you may like to become like Jeff Bezos, or you may like to like Mukesh Ambani or Indra Nooyi. So if you want to become like that, keep a photograph of them in your cupboard or in your almirah or in your books. So these are some of the, finally I would say, if you want to achieve a goal, Bob Proctor is the person who is giving you some advice that make it like it is near to you. Visualize that, dream that, you assume that you have that, you will attain that, and work for that. That is why I've written, get a SMART goal, set a SMART goal, then make an action plan. Simply setting a goal is not sufficient. You have to make an action plan, how you will achieve that. Read your goals regularly, maybe weekly or maybe in a fortnight. Review your progress. Are you moving forward? Do you want to change something? You want to make certain amendments? Yes, that is also possible. And whenever you set certain goals, you can reward yourself on accomplishment. So this is the way you can get your goals. Those who have got success in their lives, they have written their goals. Write your goal in your diary. That is the advice I would give. Whatever task I want to achieve, I keep it in diary, so that after every few days I'm able to see them. So you can do. So what is my conclusion in a very short time on goal setting is that set your goals carefully. It should be a SMART goal. And once the goal is set, efforts must be made for the achievement of the goals. The last line is going to be very important. Some of you may not be having goals. So it must be borne in mind that the tragedy of life does not lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goals to reach. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to convey in this particular time. And now we can have question answer. If any of you have any question, we can ask. If you have any question related to goal setting, you can ask. In the next 2, 3, 5 minutes, any of the student sets a goal and is not able to achieve that, you have any question related to that, I've given you some hint. You are so far, you are setting your goal casually. You set in a formidable manner. Dream that. Dream that goal. Keep some of the things related to that thing. Keep with yourself. Watch them on a daily basis. You can keep a photograph of Lata Mangeshkar if you want to become a singer. You can keep a photograph of Milkha Singh if you want to become an athlete. If you want to become an engineer, you can have a photograph of Sir Vishveshwaraya, who was the first person on whose name we celebrate Engineers Day. Or you can become owner of some of the company, so you can keep the photograph of that person who will motivate you. Goal. Why we should set goal? Because goal motivates us to do that thing. and make an action plan. That is very, very important. So we can have any of the questions. Dr. Nidhi, any question any student want to ask? I hope in this limited time, I could convey or give you a glimpse of what I can deliver to the students. And in future, I would like, if an opportunity arises, it will be a offline class. That will be far better.
True, sir.
Then the students will not be able to switch off their camera.
Yes, sir. So anybody, if you want to ask, please ask. Okay, so I think they have already set their goals after listening to you today. So I think you can summarize, sir, if you want.
The summary is, like in communication, I would say that always remember the communication model. That communication should be very careful. You should have a lot of encoding in that. Communicate if it is necessary. If it is not, sometimes silence is better. You know? But if you are communicating, before sending any of the letter, any of the message or any of the action, think about that. Like what we do here, when we send any of the professional letter, we read them multiple times so that you should not have any mistake. If someone else is finding a mistake, once it is delivered, then that will be very wrong. You know? So better you start your doing encoding process. So that as a sender is a very, very important concept. As a decoder, try to decode things. If not able to decode, use the feedback, ask again. And you have seen in communication how important our body language is, how important our tone is. I would say I will end this today's session on this particular communication skill. I will say in paralanguage, raise your words, not your voice. Please try to interpret this particular line. Raise your words, not your voice. No need to be angry. No? Your words are very important. So this is a very, very important quote. Raise your words, raise your words. The quality of your words is so good that you need not to be aggressive. Many times we get aggressive because we don't have good words to speak. So this is a very, very important. The body language is a very, very important. It's a 55% in face-to-face communication. So now start working consciously on your body language too. In terms of goal setting, I would say the goal should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So whenever you are setting a goal in future, you see whether this passes the SMART test. If it passes that test, it's okay. Now, then you can visualize your goal, dream about your goal, keep the pictures of the person you want to become like. And finally, you set your goal smartly, make an action plan, review it on a regular basis, make amendments, and whenever a goal is achieved, you can celebrate. Now you can have a party. So I have bored you in today's class, but definitely I must have given a few tips to you which can help you to become a better person, and it will help you to grow your personality. Thank you very much from my side.
Thank you, sir. That was such a wonderful session. So thank you again for sharing your wisdom and kind words with our students. It is definitely going to help them in improvising their communication skills as well as setting their goals appropriately. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you to all the students, and thank you to Dr. Nidhi. Thank you to Dr. Abhinav. Thank you to the management of Geeta Ratan International Business School. Thank you very much. Thank you to
Thanks
all.
A lot,
and God bless you, my dear students. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Bye. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.